Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. What was the topic? Freedom from thoughts. Good. Whenever we understand something properly, it starts affecting, influencing our life. For example, right from childhood onwards, we have some time or the other experience that if we touch fire, it burns us. And we have learnt it. The net result is, throughout our life, without anybody coming and telling us, we follow that strictly. Wherever there is fire, we keep ourselves protected from the bad effects of fire. Not only that, we also start utilizing the destructive faculty of the fire to our own benefit. It's only because we have learned and there is no option left. So the basis is that we have learned. If we learn, thoughts cease. If we don't learn, the thoughts gurgle out. When the process of ceasing the thoughts, quietening the thoughts is initiated, that process of thinking is called as contemplation or chintana. And when the thoughts keep on breeding the thoughts, one thought breeds the next thought breeds the second thought, and a series and generations of thoughts are created. As a result, we, instead of getting freedom from the thoughts, we get entangled in our own thoughts. That kind of thinking is called as worry in English and chinta in Sanskrit. So we have this choice. Whether we contemplate or we worry, whether we practice chintana or practice chinta. There is a verse in Sanskrit which tells Chinta Chita Samakhyata. Chinta and Chita, they are twins. And both of them do the same job. Their job is Chita means a pyre, where the dead bodies are burned. It's called a Chita. So the Chita burns the dead one and the Chinta burns the live one. Both of them are doing the same job, burning. And it's only because we have not understood and appreciated the importance of thinking. Now, normally what we imagine that because there are thoughts in our mind, therefore we are thinkers. That is what normally we think. It is something like, because there is vegetation, it is a garden? No. It could be a forest. It could be jungle. And when we go to the forest or a jungle, are we happy over there? It's a fear. We don't know the kind of vegetation. Sometimes we may touch something, it starts scratching the whole body, or something may be poisonous. There may be wild animals all over. So whenever we go to the forest, we are going through a fear psychosis. And the second place, we go to the garden. Now, what is the difference between the forest and a garden? No difference. Both the places, vegetation only grows. But the difference is, in the garden, every plant, every shrub, every bush, every tree is selected and planted pruned, manured, protected, and done in a most beautiful manner. See the difference? Both the places, there are trees. But in one place, there is a process of culling, selection, maintenance. In other place, it's a wild growth. Worries is a wild growth of thoughts. Contemplation is like a garden. Every thought is collected from the nursery, and that nursery is our scriptures. See, friends, in today's world, the scriptures are TV. They tell us what type of clothes we should put on, what type of food we should eat, what type of indulgence we should have. They tell us. And the net result is, our mind is like a forest. So if we happen to go to forest accidentally, what will be our first attempt to get out of it? Is it not the same thing we do? People are miserable never because of shortage of time. They are miserable because of excess of time. And therefore, either we want some company, we can't stay alone, we want a company. The reason is, if we are all by ourselves, the forest in us starts surfacing. And then we can't take it anymore. Then we take to various techniques. One of the technique is the chemical meditation. We start liquid spirituality. And in that liquid spirituality, it is nothing but under compulsion, the thought process is suspended. Or we take to drugs. Or we go to sleep. Three things. Now all these three things are aimed at what? Just to keep the mind shut. See? And like any one of us do not want to die, similarly, the mind also doesn't want to die. So for survival, what we do? We take food. Whole day. After every 2-3 hours, we want something to munch. See? You take food like I do, I take food and then I go to sleep. In the afternoon, 2 hours solid sleep. When I wake up, what will you eat, Swamiji? Arey, I have done nothing. Only eating and sleeping, and the moment we get up, again the eating business begins. See? Because we want to survive. So, also the mind also wants to survive. The mind doesn't want to die. Then for us, the food is the various kinds of foods. Carbohydrates, fats, proteins, etc. Now what is the food for the mind? Food for the mind is 3 types, like carbohydrate, fats and proteins. One is the past memories. We have to keep on talking about our past. Once I was traveling, this I have mentioned in some of my talks, from Bombay to some place. Very long journey by train. So it was about 18 hours of journey. And one elderly person, a politician type, very rich, with the starched clothes, came and sat in front of me. And he said, Swamiji, you are here, I am very happy, now we can talk. I said, my God, now this fellow is going to eat my head 18 hours. So, Like a terrorist takes out a gun to keep the other man shut. I took out my gun. My gun is this. So I said, sir, you'll excuse me. I got certain rules in my life. Whenever I travel, I do japa. I don't talk. Please don't mind. Please tell me something about you. If you want to make any old person happy, ask them about their past and never listen. It is enough to give a chabi and leave them alone. That technique I practically tried. And he was there to start. He started from his grandfather's time. My grandfather was in Baghdad. Now that means I had to listen to 3 generations past. And one day this happened, that happened. We went to Peshawar, we could not do. Then my father came to Karachi, and then India was divided, and then we went to Ranchi. One after another, going on. And whenever I used to see that he is, talking was not having inspiration to talk, like we have to irrigate the plants, immediately I used to say, really? Then what happened? Again he will revive. And again start. Because I have to keep him busy. And I don't have to listen. So it continued for an hour or so or more than that. And when again he was going down, then what happened? See, then my children told me that in Bombay, the climate is very humid and you are having asthma. Why don't you go to Delhi? It's a dry climate. So they put me in this train. Really? Then I happened to see you. Wow, great. Then what happened? Then you asked me to talk about me. So I started talking. Then, the moment you come in the present, you have nothing to talk. See? Now where is your mind? Where are the thoughts? My friends, one of the most effective and very simple spiritual practice is don't talk about your past. But just now you told me the story, that is also the past. Yes, that I didn't talk about my past as my good or bad experiences, but what I learned, how the mind survives. Be very attentive. Whenever we learn from our experiences, we do not form impressions on the mind because we have learned from the experience. And impressions are only of 2 types, likes and dislikes. In a childhood, we got ourselves burned because of whatever reason, and we learned that fire burns. Do we have likes or dislikes for the fire? Think. Because we have learned. With this understanding alone, we can get freedom from thoughts. Not by taking drinks and drugs. This is one of the reasons why the youngsters do not like oldies like me. We never live in the present. All the time. When we were young, who cares? And for you people outside India, this happened in Australia. One of my friend, Sardarji, his son, now his son has become a doctor or engineer. He was small that time. I went to his place, I was very tired. And I had my lunch and I slept. That boy came from the school, class 8 or 9, like that. He came and threw his things and had something to eat quickly and came and woke me up. Swamiji, I said, come on here, I got a lecture in the evening, let me sleep, I'm tired. He said, no sleeping, no nothing, you are not come to sleep here, get up. What can you do with the child? I had to get up. He said, let's go and play football. So look here, yeah, I am out of the bed, nobody plays football. He said, no, you have to come. So I went and played football for 10, 20 minutes. I said, look here now. Whether you cry or do, I am not going to listen to you. No, you listen to me. I said, yes. Tell me, do you go to India? Of course, every year we have to go. That is the ritual in our family. We have to go. Now tell me what is something new about going to India which I do not know. Oh, I can tell you. When we go to India, we talk about Australia. When we are in Australia, we talk about India. See? Don't you do that? When you are here, you talk about India. When you are in India, I am so surprised. There, the direction of the turning the car, they don't show by light. They take out the hand. I am so surprised because here you don't show. See, friends, this is how the mind survives. Do not allow any experience to form an impression on your mind, but learn from every experience. What will be the net result? If we learn from every experience of our life, with every additional experience, we will grow wise. If we don't learn, we grow old and otherwise. And the signs of old and otherwise people is nothing but complaining about everything. They can't stop complaining. And when there is nobody to complain, poor God is omnipresent. Oh God, why did you create this world? See, friends, so if we want freedom from the thoughts, we have to know the mechanics of thought formation, how the thoughts are formed. See? Now this is one thing. To survive, the mind has to digress in the past. And whenever we talk to others, we normally talk about the past. See? Not only that, now the second aspect, please be attentive, this is everyday happening. It's nothing new I am telling you, I am just telling you what you are doing. The second thing is, suppose there is a group of people, 5 or 10, and one person talks about something. Like you are from here, so you go to India, and you will have different experiences. So you will tell when you come back here, see, this time when I went to India, I got down at Bombay airport, and now the airport is really become very beautiful, very big one, very nice. But the chaos again, getting a taxi is a problem, and this thing, that thing. And when we were going by taxi, that fellow took us for a round here and there, and he took so much of money, and then we had to call police. Some problem you tell. Do you think others are ready to listen? They will cut your throat, shut up. When I went to India, you start your story. When that person is telling his Indian story, the third person will throttle you, shut up, now tell my story. Is it not? Observe this. There is no need. So one of the techniques, I'll tell you, very simple, it's not difficult at all. The technique is, before we talk to anybody on any topic, ask a question to yourself. Is it necessary to talk? Don't ask others, ask yourself. I guarantee you, 99% cases you will get a reply, no need. There is no need. Why this happens? Because we want to get involved. Suppose 2 persons are talking, is it necessary that you should know what they are talking? No need. If it is necessary, they will involve us. If not necessary, this is what happens in the families. When the young boys and girls are talking, oldies like me, they will go and say, "Kya, what are you talking about? It is none of your business." These days the children insult the elders. It is not insulting, they are correcting us. See, friends, this is how the thoughts persecute us. And what I am telling you, you won't get it in your books. You have to learn it. See? And then if you can't learn, then we do some funny things under the disguise of religious practice. I am observing Maunam. And what is that Maunam? I won't talk to anyone. Actually frustration. But giving a decorative name, Maunam, silence. And all these people who are observing silence, they are the cartoons of spirituality. I'll tell you one experience. This happened in Haridwar. I was going with somebody in a rickshaw pulled by a man, two of us, me and my friend, a Gujarati friend. And he says, "Swamiji, in this ashram there is a very big Mahatma. Should we go and take darshan?" I said, "Yes, we can go. I have come only for this purpose. See great Mahatmas, take blessings." So when we went there, we left the rickshaw. I said, "You go, we'll go at some other thing." And there was a secretary sitting there. So we had to, I said, "Hey, where is the Mahatma? We have to go and take his blessings." "No, you can't go. I am his secretary. He is observing Maunam." I said, "All right." We went out. Whenever you come across a secretary around a Mahatma, it's a big, terrible thing. Mahatma should not have any secretary. It is not a corporate spirituality. See? So, I said, my friend, "Hey, let's go." When we went out, again secretary shouted, "Hey, wait a minute." I said, "What for wait?" "No, Mahatmaji called you." I said, "How can he call me? He is on Maunam. He is observing silence." No, don't argue, you come." I said, "All right." We went. Another simple way of getting freedom from thoughts: never argue with anybody on any issue. Never argue. The best way to disagree is to agree immediately. The other person forgets about what he agreed. Over. The moment you interact, unnecessarily the thoughts become deep. So we went there. I told my friend, "Hey, come on, let's go." No, he cannot go. You only can go. The secretary, was a very strong person. I said, "All right." And you will see the person who is very angry and shouting, and if you talk cool to him, he becomes more angry. That is a simple technique. So I told my friend, I said, "Hey, you enjoy, I am going for sacrifice." Okay. I went inside. And he was sitting on a very big asana and all nice thing, and a tiger and snakes and all kinds of decorations, everything like that. And for me, I am a plastic brand, so one plastic chair was kept. I went there. It's a great fun in life, You can't never be miserable in this world. So he took a small copy, wrote, "What is your name?" So I wrote back, "Swami Gadvadaranda." "Where from you have come?" Something I had to write. "Vrindavan." "Where do you stay here?" So I wrote, "I am staying there." I forgot that I can talk. Because he was writing, I was replying in writing. And after writing 3-4 times, then I realized, "Arey, come on, I can talk." So I laughed. Then he also laughed. Then I spoke to him. I said, "Sir, I forgot when you gave me in writing that I can talk. I should have replied by talking. But then I forgot. But anyway, now I will talk to you. But now before you ask me next question in writing, I want to ask you a verbal question. You can't close your ears, you have to hear." Then I asked him, "In Maunam, silence, is laughing allowed?" Again he laughed. Friends, that is not silence. It is not silence. Talk to people only when necessary. Don't talk unnecessary. See, friends. So whenever we talk to people, the themes are either our past or talking about the third person. He is like that, she is like that, he is like that, she is like that. Third person. So, this is how the thoughts keep on breeding again and again, again and again. And then we get carried away by our own thinking process. We can't stop it. Because the momentum has happened. That momentum has to be arrested. What is the momentum? One thought breeds the next thought. It is for this purpose that our scriptures have told many techniques. One of the technique is chanting the Lord's name. Now understand this, how the momentum happens and how the momentum can be arrested. Suppose I get up in the morning and I want a cup of tea. So a thought comes, let us have a cup of tea. Will it stop there? Where it will be available? Whether Amita Ben has kept everything or not? Where is the switch? Where is the light? Whether the water is used potable or not? So many thoughts, one after another. If that is not available, revolt in the mind. Because I want a cup of tea is an incomplete thought. To add completion, the next thought will come to your help. Let us get up and find out. Just watch this. And this is how the momentum is picked up by the mind. And thereafter, even if you don't want to think, the mind will not stop. It will keep on thinking. You don't want it. That's why many people, when they do meditation, what is their meditation? Half an hour frustration, rest of the day super frustration. Do you think half an hour is meditation? You ask all the yogis in the whole world and tell them, sincerely you tell, did you ever stop thinking? See, simply suffering silently. There is not meditation, there is not working on the mind. Understand that the momentum of the thought process should be stopped. We know two extremes. One extreme is multi-pointed mind, constantly getting involved in so many themes, one after another, one after another. One moment this, other moment that, third moment that, multi-pointed, one extreme. Second extreme, zero-pointed, go to sleep. That is why many people, when they sit for meditation, this is how I come to know, because people ask questions. So one person asked, Swamiji, in our ashram, our Guru Maharaj tells do meditation and we all do very sincerely. But we are afraid of asking our Guru because then he shouts at us and therefore we keep quiet. So I ask you, please tell me, some of us when they sit for meditation, they do like this. What is this? Is it Kundalini awakening? I said no. It is not that. Then what it is? I said it is called as Jhatka meditation. Instead of having halal meditation, they have got Jhatka meditation. It's only because of sleep. Because they know only the two extremes, either multi-pointed thought, themes or zero. What is required is single-pointed mind. Single-pointed mind is free from thoughts and yet It is not dissolved in the Prakriti. See? That mind alone can stop worrying and starts contemplation. If you simply stop the mind, no thinking, it is something like, because I see the things in this world, I get a desire to get this, get that. Therefore, I was fed up, and therefore I want to break my eyes, so I don't see anything. Is it a wise way of living? See, eyes are meant for seeing, not for destroying them. Ears are meant for hearing, not for destroying them. Mind is meant for thinking. Why stop thinking? Wrong thinking cannot be corrected by not thinking. Wrong thinking can be corrected by right understanding. My dear friends, we all know everything we have to learn, is it not? Now our Gujarati Ammas in the whole of South Africa, a unique species in the whole world. You go any Gujarati house, all chapatis are having the same weight, the same dimension, and the same pile, and same thickness. See? Do you think it has just happened like that when they are born suddenly with a belly? No. See? They started. First chapati where the girls make, it comes at the South Island of New Zealand. Mummy, why it is going like this thing? Then with great difficulty it becomes sometime Indonesia, sometime Japan. And with great difficulty somehow it becomes Australia, Sri Lanka. And after many years of practice, now they'll be listening, singing or shouting and doing, and without even touching that thing, it goes on perfectly well, exactly. So everything we have to learn. But when it comes to thinking, now tell me, how many of us have even thought about it, that thinking also we have to learn? See, my friends, but we have that funny notion. I get up early morning and go for a walk and I don't take non-vegetarian, I don't drink, I don't smoke. See, I am a vegetarian, I go to temple, I ring the bell and disturb the gods. Everything I do. So what? If you don't eat non-vegetarian, so what? What is great about it? I received one WhatsApp. 3 persons in the history. One was very high level of alcoholic and smoking, chain smoke, and all kinds of negative things in his lifestyle. The second was like that, he was running after the woman and drinking and cigar all the time in his mouth. Now all bad things, non-vegetarian, etc. And the third one was very disciplined, get up early in the morning, strictly vegetarian, never took one drop of wine, never smoked. The 3 persons were Roosevelt, number 1, then Churchill, number 2, and Hitler, number 3. Now tell me, not eating non-vegetarian, not smoking, not drinking, but killing the people. What did they use? See, friends, one day I went to a mosque, standing outside with a ball in the hand, Here you have seen, no? Everywhere you see on the crossroads, those professionals, they stand there. I also did that. Nobody gave me 1 paisa. I got disgusted. Then I went to a church, stood outside. After the service was over, everybody well dressed nicely. And I was waiting there. Nobody gave me 1 pie. I got so disgusted. I said, okay, I went to a temple. And sitting outside the temple waiting. Nobody gave. I said, yes, God, what is this? And out of disgust and anger, I went to a pub, a drinking booth, and sat there outside, closing my eyes. Within half an hour, my ball was full. Then I shouted at the Lord, oh Lord, why did you give a wrong address? Friends, my friends, thinking we have to learn how to think. See, and that thinking is learned only by study of scriptures. For you, I can suggest only start from simple things like Bhagavad Gita. You have to study. Not, keeping the feet on the table and 1 cup of tea in the left hand. And Gita, why did you write in Sanskrit, guys? No. If you study systematically, methodically, you have to be committed to that. Be very attentive. When you really study scriptures, your vision will change. Change of vision is the gift that a seeker gets when he studies the scriptures. As is the vision, so is the perception. As is the perception, so is the interaction. As is the interaction, so is the experience. As is the experience, so is the life. What is the root? What is our vision? How we look at the world. This example I given in another lecture. This happened in Bombay. Bombay, they have named it wrongly Mumbai. They should name it as Jamnagar. Every time there is a traffic jam. Jamnagar. So, I was waiting there in a car till the traffic, and one youngster came on his motorcycle, and out of one beauty parlor, one lady was going. From backside, she looked, oh, so beautiful. Perfect figure. So this youngster went to tease her. And stopped in front of her. Just to say, hi dear, something like that. And she happened to be 92 not out. And when he stopped, she said, oh, my dear child, what do you want? Will he tease her? But from the backside, when he has seen, oh, someone very lovely, the moment he saw, immediately his interaction changed, is it not? Because the vision changed. From backside, she looked like a beautiful young girl. From the front, the truth was revealed. Apply the same principle. What scriptures do is only they teach us how to think. Okay. Like one example I'll give you from Gita. In the 3rd chapter, Bhagavan Krishna has emphasized the importance of karma. In the 4th chapter, he told various techniques of doing karma, called a yajna. And thereafter, he emphasized and told knowledge is the ultimate. Nahi jnanena sadrusham pavitramya vidyate. And to get that knowledge, the teacher says, Tad viddhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. To know that knowledge, go to the Mahatmas and serve them and learn. And again Lord says, Sarvam karma khilam partha jnane parisamapyate. All the problems of karma, they get into ashes, destroyed completely. No problems are left in the fire of knowledge. After having told this, Bhagavan concluded the 4th chapter. Therefore, my dear Arjuna, you should do karma. What is the conclusion? Conclusion is, if you smoke, like on the packets in India, they have got a statutory warning. Cigarette smoking is injurious to health. They have to print it there. So you read that thing, and now it is an authentic cigarette packet, take and smoke. That means what is written has no impact on you. In the same manner, the Lord glorified the knowledge and concluded, therefore Arjuna, you should do work, you should do your karma. Naturally it's a contradiction. So Arjuna asked a question in the 5th chapter. You are glorifying knowledge and telling me to do karma. I am getting confused, I am already confused, you are confounding me further. What is this? Please tell me. Bhagavan Krishna says, look here, there is no confusion. Life is a perfect balance between involvement and withdrawal. See friends, either getting too much involved in the world or getting into depression, too much withdrawn from the world. Both extremes are not healthy life. Once, I'll give this example 2 ways. This happened in US. Once only I was driving the car and jumped the red light and police caught me. And he said, driving license there, you can't get out of the car, you have to sit. He will come to you. So, you have the driving license. He said, you have driving, why didn't you stop when you saw the red light? I said, sir, I have a driving license. There is no stopping license for me. When I said like this thing, he laughed. Come on, you made by day. Yes, actually they should write also driving and stopping license, isn't it? I said, anyway, I'm sorry, I should not do it again. He said, okay, don't do it again. And I was left. Now be attentive. When we say driving license, doesn't driving include also stopping the car? Or only keep driving? Think. In the same manner, life is both. Get involved, have freedom to withdraw. We have no freedom to withdraw. We get so much involved, and involvement begins with thinking. Keep on all the time. See, friends, extremely necessary. And nobody can help us in this. We have to remain aware about this fact that the mind is ruling us rather than we are ruling the mind. Nobody can help us. You don't have the wrong notion. They are going to God, oh God, please help me. That's why all our gods are smiling, you see. And they are having this hand. This hand is not blessing. It's enough. How much will you ask? That's the meaning. And the other hand is like this. It is not giving you money, it is giving you one. You don't listen. We have to be responsible for our life. Don't blame anybody in this world. Bhagavad Gita says, Atmaiva Atmano Bandhu Atmaiva Ripuratmana. we are our friend and we are our enemy. If our mind is under our control, that mind is our friend. If the mind is not under our control, the same mind is our own enemy. In Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, Bhagavan defines mind as an enemy. He says, Kama esha krodha esha rajoguna samudbhavaha maha ashanaha maha papma viddhenam iha vairinam. Vairi means enemy. This desire, alias anger, which are nothing but thoughts, they are so powerful and they are to be treated as enemy. Enemy should not be forgiven. Enemy should be killed. Don't have that funny notion. No, buddham sharanam gacchami, ahimsa. Nothing like ahimsa. Don't have wrong notions about ahimsa. See? Unless we protect ourselves, you will be erased from this world. And from whom to protect? Start from your mind. See? Therefore, these things when we understand, learn, and for that learning, the guide is our Bhagavad Gita. Study regularly. Bhagavad Gita kinchita dhita Ganga jalalava kanika pita Sakrudapi yena murari samarcha Kriyate tasya yamena na charcha. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam. You may not do anything in a day, doesn't matter. But every day, at least an hour, you must spend in studying Gita. See, what you people see us sitting and talking so comfortably. Behind every 1 hour of talk, there is 25 years of contemplation. It doesn't come from nowhere. It's not a WhatsApp. See, friends, like the beautiful Vigraha we see in the temple, it is not suddenly like that. A rough rock has undergone a lot of chisel and hammer and rubbing, filing. See, then only it gets the position. The same marble which has not gone through that process is at the step outside. See, friends, between us, commoners, and a great master, what is the difference? This is the difference. Therefore, my friends, thinking is an asset if it is in line with the scriptural wisdom. The thinking is a great liability, and for that nobody can help us. See? Once in USA it happened, after my lecture was over, there was one doctor. She said, Swamiji, what you are telling, the same thing we tell to our patients. I said, who are you, Mama? "Oh, I am a psychiatrist." I said, very good. So what is the difference between you and me? I said, very little difference. I talk for 1 hour, I get nothing. You don't talk 1 minute, and the patient talks to you, and you get $65. This is the difference. See, true. And therefore you will see, most of the psychiatrists end up in becoming a patient. No Mahatma becomes a patient. Have you imagined? Mahatma has undergone depression. What happened? I know I was doing meditation, but meditation was over, now I am in depression. Mahatma can never go in depression. If a Mahatma has gone in depression, he was not a Mahatma, he was a C.H. Atma. a chota atma, not the real one. See, friends, this thinking process is our own purview, our own area of operation. Nobody can think for us. See? So, what is the thinking called as worrying? It is a process of thinking where the mind gathers a momentum of thinking and is unable to stop. Imagine a car you are driving and going down the slope. And your car is such that when you apply the brake, it stops after 3 minutes. Lag period. What will be the condition? The moment we apply brake, exactly that very second, it will come to a complete dead stop. No, but my car is little, sophisticated. See, when you apply brake, after half an hour it stops. You are gone. Exactly the same way. We are unable to stop our own thinking. The reason is momentum is too much. So, how to learn that let there be thoughts without momentum? How simple it is, not difficult. So the first point is, why the thoughts breed the thoughts? Because the first thought is incomplete. To make it complete, the second thought comes to itself. Two incomplete things never make one complete. That makes two more incomplete. See? Two waves never make an ocean. Then the third thought comes to make it complete. The fourth thought comes. And then the momentum is so strong that we are carried away. Like a ship or a boat in the ocean. Once control is lost, it is just going buffeted here and there. This is what happens. So what has to be done? It's not difficult, it's very simple. That is why our scriptures tell, chant the Lord's name. Now see, I want a cup of tea is a thought. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. This is also a thought. Now what happens to I want a cup of tea? This thought, where it leads us. I want a cup of tea. Will it be available this time? If I get up and start doing khud in the kitchen, they may think somebody has come. No. But I can't sleep without it now. I have to have. Anyway, let me get up and slowly go without making noise. And then you get up. And because you can't see the things, you dash something and something falls down. Oh God, every house. Swamiji wanted something. No. I was walking in deep sleep. Oh, you have got this problem? I said, yes, I got many problems. This is one problem. One after another thoughts, because I want a cup of tea, is incomplete. The second thought you take, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. What next? Nothing. So, Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. 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 One thought is complete, second thought is not born. The gap between the two thoughts, mind is consciousness. Like ice and water, both of them are water only. Ice is water with a shape, with a color. Water is without shape, without color. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. This is also a mind. This is also consciousness, but with a shape, color, words, sounds. This is a thought. Consciousness with the thought is mind. Mind minus thought is consciousness. Now what sadhana you want to do, tell me. At this moment, you are nobody. Because you are nobody, no thoughts. The moment we become somebody, thoughts will start gurgling. Now you become parents for next 20 seconds. Remind yourself, I am mother, I am father. And watch what thoughts come. Stop. Now you become nobody. Stop. Now you have to learn this. So when you became parent, your kids were creating problem for you. When you remain nobody, no problem. So how to get freedom from thoughts? Try to remain as nobody. And who is somebody? Somebody is a mule carrying the burden of total past, possessions and relations. Don't bring your possessions and don't bring your relations in your speech. Now try to talk. You just can't. For talking, we require some reference point. When there is no reference point, that time you are nobody, as in deep sleep. There is no reference point. Where I am, no reference point. When I am, no reference point. What I am, no reference point. How I am, no reference point. There is no reference. Therefore nobody. Because nobody, no thoughts. While we were coming by flight, I showed Arvind Bhai. He says, Swami, the sea is rough. I said, it's not rough. It's deep sea, if there was a few white, foam coming, I said, foam cannot come in the deep sea unless there is some obstacle, some stone, something. Like, as you come towards the beach, the foam starts forming. Because there is some obstacle to dash. Therefore, the water starts ebbing around that obstacle. If there is no obstacle, there cannot be foam formation. In the same manner, in the flow of life, the ebbing, creating thoughts happens when we are identified with the body. When there is no identification with the body, life is lived. The moment we are identified with the body, somebody is born. Some relations, some possessions. And the flow of life, the flow of consciousness starts ebbing. That ebbing is called as the thoughts. Try this when you observe next time. A simple thing. Keep a source of water, your water tank, and open channel of water. And let the water flow. Very steady, not too slow, very steady in one direction. There will be no ripples, no nothing. Water will flow steady. Then in between just put one small stick. Hold it. Where you put the stick, you will see there the water starts ebbing, going backward little bit. Because obstacle has come. In the flow of life, the obstacle is body identification. Immediately, somebody is born. And somebody cannot remain without thoughts. See? With this understanding, you will get freedom from thoughts. Then again questions will come. Then what we will do? So, last thing I'll tell you, to get rid of this unwanted thinking, drop 2 words from your vocabulary. Never utter these 2 words. One word is why, and second word is how. Again it is coming, but why? And then how? What is our life? We are howling at the life and whiling away the life. If there are no whys and hows, life is beautiful. Why the sky is high? Suffer. Oh, it's beautiful, high, it's nice, over. The moment you get into this why business, your thinking process starts. And when you don't think, you are happy. When you think, you are miserable. A happy person is never thinking. Those who think they can't laugh, those who laugh, they never think. Decide what you want and be happy. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.